Hi, my name is Dana Tabe. I am a co-founder for the I am the founder for the Western Pennsylvania Gold Star Game, where we honor fallen heroes throughout Western Pennsylvania. We select high school athletes, high school football teams, where we take 10 players from each team who willingly give up their name that night to play for a fallen hero. I do this in honor of my brother, Robert N. Gilbertson of the United States Navy, second-class petty officer. We want to remember him and never forget, along with all of our Western Pennsylvania and all of our fallen heroes throughout the world. Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome to the home of your Bethel Park Blackhawks in tonight's third annual Western Pennsylvania Gold Star Game. What an incredible event we have planned for you tonight by bringing so many families together. To any of you visiting us, Bethel Park offers a sincere welcome, and we are excited to have you here. We are so humbled to have you here to participate in tonight's program, and we hope that the events that take place tonight inspires you, and that you carry the names you will hear in your hearts forever. Freedom does not come without a price. We far too often take for granted the many liberties we enjoy each day. Each of those liberties have earned through the ultimate sacrifices paid by so many members of the armed forces. Tonight, we would like to honor each of these brave men, their lives and their service, and most of all, their sacrifice to this great and wonderful nation we live in. Tonight, 10 players from both West Allegheny and Bethel Park will be giving up their name to honor another. Throughout tonight's game, those 20 boys will honor a Western Pennsylvania fallen hero. If it was not for them and their willingness, this night would not be possible. Words cannot express how thankful we are to those 20 boys and the teams of West Allegheny and Bethel Park. I know many of these young men and their hearts are full as they honor with pride our fallen heroes through football. We honor each family member joining us tonight. Your road has demanded far greater than you deserve to give. We honor you and your soldiers tonight at this Western Pennsylvania Gold Star Game. Their stories will live on, and most of all, they will never be forgotten, and their legacies will be alive. At this time, I will read about each of our honored soldiers represented on our field tonight. Starting with the West Allegheny Heroes. Playing in honor of Captain Jason M. West of the United States Army will be number 30, Matthew Ford. West is a native of Crafton and was a 1995 graduate of Carleton High School, and a 2002 graduate of Slippery Rock University and its ROTC program. West grew up playing soldier in his living room and backyard. Jason was truly passionate about his job. He didn't hate his job, he loved his job. West thrived in the military environment. His commanding officers praised him as the go-to guy who could be depended on for the tough tasks, often volunteering himself. West died on July 24th, 2006, serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you, Captain Jason M. West and Matthew Ford. Playing in honor of Corporal Lieutenant Colonel Christopher K. Otis Rabel of the United States Marine Corps will be number 5, Nick Longo. Rabel grew up living in McKeesport and was a 1990 graduate of Norwin High School. After high school, Rabel graduated from Carnegie Mellon University in 1995 with a degree in civil engineering. He enjoyed golf and was an avid Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates fan. Rabel was stationed in Yuma, Arizona, and was killed in action on September 15, 2012, serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you, Corporal Lieutenant Colonel Christopher K. Otis Rabel and number 5, Nick Longo. Playing in honor of Specialist Clifford L. Moxley Jr. of the United States Army will be number 23, Nico Taddy. Moxley had a love affair with the military. He served in the United States Army from 1981 to 1987. His love kept him away until 1991. He joined the Army National Guard. He served with the 1st Battalion, 107th Field Artillery Regiment out of Newcastle, and in March, his unit was deployed to Iraq. While in Iraq, Moxley lost his life on September 25th, 2004, serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you, Specialist Clifford L. Moxley Jr. and Nico Taddy. Playing in honor of Sergeant Michael Adam Marzano of the United States Marine Corps will be number 2, Noden Tracy. Marzano was from Sharon in Greenville, Pennsylvania. Marzano attended Karnes City Schools and then Reynolds High School. Marzano was a 1995 graduate of Sharon High School, where he competed in football and wrestling. Marzano was an avid boxer and held several Golden Glove championships and regional titles. Marzano was attending Glendale Community College in Glendale, Arizona, prior to his deployment in Iraq. On Saturday, May 7th, 2005, while in combat in Hadithia, Iraq, Marzano lost his life while serving during our Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you, Sergeant Michael Adam Marzano, and number 2, Noden Tracy. Playing in honor of Robert Joseph Accolado of the United States Army will be number 75, Shane Tuttle. Accolado was from Greensburg and graduated in 1969. Accolado joined the U.S. Army and was a member of the 48th Assault Helicopter Company, 223rd Aviation Battalion. He was the door gunner aboard the Iroquois when it went down, and was not seen or heard from again following the incident. His remains have not been recovered. Subsequent to the incident, and while carried in the status of missing in action, MIA, the Army promoted the specialist for Avocado to the rank of Staff Sergeant. Today, Staff Sergeant Accolado is memorialized on the courts of the missing at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific. Thank you, Robert Joseph Accolado, and number 75, Shane Tuttle. Playing in honor of Corporal James Alfred Alderdice of the United States Army will be number 10, Mason Marchinsky. Alderdice was from Allegheny County and enlisted in the United States Army and served during the Korean War. Attached to the Company L, 3rd Battalion, 8th Cavalry Regiment, 1st Cavalry Division, Alderdice was listed MIA while fighting in the enemy near Unsan, North Korea on November 2nd, 1950. He was presumed dead on December 31st, 1953. Thank you, Corporal James Alfred Alderdice, and number 10, Mason Marchinsky. Playing in honor of Private First Class Horace Alford Jr. of the United States Marine Corps will be number 8, Gavin Miller. Alfred was from Clairton, Pennsylvania, and according to Alfred's brothers and sisters, Alfred was a wonderful, fun-loving man. Private First Class Alfred was a member of the Reconnaissance Company, Headquarters Battalion, 1st Marine Division. He was killed in action while fighting the enemy in Korea on April 12, 1953. Thank you, Private First Class Horace Alfred Jr. and number 8, Gavin Miller. Playing in honor of Sergeant James Abraham of the United States Army will be number 4, Jashawn Spencer. Abraham was born on February 8, 1942, and was from Duquesne. Abraham was drafted into the Army and entered the service via selective service during the Vietnam War. He began his tour on February 4, 1968, just 4 days short of his birthday. Abraham was a squad leader and was well liked by all members of the platoon. When it came to the comfort or safety of his men, Abraham always made sure his men were treated well. Abraham was killed in action on October 12, 1968 in Vietnam. Thank you, Sergeant James Joseph Abraham, and number 4, Jashawn Spencer. Playing in honor of Lance Corporal Ryan Kovacic of the United States Marines will be number 62, Nathan Toner. Lance Corporal Ryan Kovacic was more than just a Marine. As a student at the Indiana University of Pennsylvania, he majored in criminology and dreamed of being an agent in the FBI. He was a ferociously competitive hockey player, first with the South Point Rink Rats, then at Bishop Canevin High School, and the hockey club at IUP. Ever active, he loved skiing and golf and spending time with his friends and family. The Cove, as people call him, often has an infectious smile and would light up a room and a contagious wit that kept many of his friends laughing. Kovacic was killed in action on July 10, 2005, while serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you, Lance Corporal Ryan Kovacic and number 62, Nathan Toner. Playing in honor of Sergeant Jonathan Schmidt of the United States Army will be number 14, Devon Zarvas. Jonathan was born in Miami, Florida, was a 2003 graduate of Thomas Dale High School in Virginia. He enlisted in the Army in July 2003. Sergeant Jonathan P. Schmidt was killed in action in September 12th while serving in Bator Village, Afghanistan. Thank you, Staff Sergeant Jonathan Schmidt and number 14, Devon Zarvas. And now, our Bethel Park heroes. Playing in honor of Gunnery Sergeant Justin E. Schmalstieg of the United States Marine Corps will be number 52, Anthony Saletti. Schmalstieg was a native of Stanton Heights and a 2000 graduate of Peabody High School. Schmalstieg was on the first tour of duty in Afghanistan when he died. He had served 3 tours in Iraq after enlisting in 2001. He was promoted to the rank of Gunnery Sergeant after his death. Schmalstieg was killed on December 15, 2010, while serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Thank you, Gunnery Sergeant Justin E. Schmalstieg and number 52, Anthony Saletti. Playing in honor of 2nd Lieutenant Leo John Kelly III of the United States Marines will be number 35, Gavin Mole. Kelly was one of the Marine Corps' finest. Kelly was from Allegheny County and graduated from SHC, South Hills Catholic, in 1962. Kelly was engaged to Jeanette Noel at the time of his death. He spent the last Christmas with Jeanette in Nashville before leaving for Vietnam. Kelly lost his life on May 19, 1967 in Vietnam. Thank you, Second Lieutenant John Kelly III. And number 35, Gabby Moore. Playing in honor of Private First Class Charles Michael Swain of the United States Marines will be number 5, Denari Clax. DFC Charles Swain was formerly from Bethel Park. Swain was a rifleman serving with the headquarters and service company, 3rd Battalion, 26th Marines, 3rd Marine Division. On February 10, 1967, DSC Swain was on patrol with the Marine S-2 intelligence scouts in support of the 3rd Marine Division, conducting area surveillance on a reconnaissance 6 miles southeast of Phong Dinh in Tua Tien Providence, RVN. At approximately 10:55 a.m., Swain ran into a pull wire on a 250-pound bomb rigged as a landmine. He was killed instantaneously in the blast, and another Marine on patrol was seriously wounded. Thank you, Private First Class Charles Michael Swain, and number 5, Denari Clax. Playing in honor of Lance Corporal Jeffrey Michael Walsh of the United States Marine Corps will be number 24, Austin Kai. Walsh was a fun, caring, loving guy in high school and Bethel Park graduate, class of 1967. Walsh was a dedicated U.S. Marine who gave his all in the Vietnam War and lost his life on February 8, 1968. Thank you, Lance Corporal Jeffrey Michael Walsh, and number 24, Austin Kai. Playing in honor of Captain Michael Braden of the United States Army will be number 3, Cody Geddes. Michael was a 1999 graduate of Lock Haven High School. After graduation, Michael attended Slippery Rock University and was a member of ROTC program. While in school, Michael met Jessica, who is a 1999 graduate of Bethel Park. Michael and Jessica got married after college and have a son named James. Michael loved the Steelers, country music, but most of all his son James. Bethel Park was not Michael's town, but he loved Bethel Park so much that he told Jessica that he wanted to adopt it and make Bethel Park his home to raise his family. Michael was killed in action on April 18, 2012 in Afghanistan. Thank you, Captain Michael Braden, and number 3, Cody Geddes. Playing in honor of Sergeant Jason M. McCleary of the United States Army will be number 99, Josh Leibel. As a native of Export, Pennsylvania, and a student of the Kiski Area High School, Jason McCleary talked about how much he wanted to join the Army. McCleary loved the idea of the military because it was basically an endless adventure of challenges and opportunities to do something that most people don't get to do. He wanted to deploy and do his job and serve his country. For 4.5 years, Sergeant McCleary fulfilled his dream, serving in Iraq and Afghanistan. He was injured November 27th, and when an IED struck his vehicle in the Andar district of Gazi Providence, and died that Sunday in Landstuhl, Germany. Thank you, Sergeant Jason M. McCleary, and number 99, Josh Leibel. Playing in honor of Chief Warrant Officer 3, Matthew R. Ruffner of the United States Army will be number 2, Joe Timmons. Ruffner was from the Susquehanna Township and was a 1997 graduate of London High School in London, Ohio. After high school, Ruffner went on to Indiana University of Pennsylvania to earn his bachelor's degree in criminology and graduated in 2003. Matthew was a full-time AH-64D Apache helicopter instructor pilot for the Pennsylvania Army National Guard at Fort Indiana Town Gap. Matthew will most fondly be remembered by his family and friends for his great humor and memorable practical jokes, his caring and sensitive nature, his strong convictions, and his great capacity to connect with others. Ruffner lost his life on April 9, 2013 as a result of injuries sustained serving in the U.S. Army in Afghanistan. Thank you, Chief Warrant Officer 3, Matthew Ruffner, and number 2, Joe Timmons. Playing in honor of Sergeant Russell L. Croup of the United States Army will be number 22, Troy Volpatti. Croup was a 1998 graduate from Avella High School. Croup served 2 years of active duty in the United States Navy, and for the last 6 years was a member of the Army National Guard and Army Reserves. During his time in the Guard, he served a tour of duty in Iraq. Croup was a member of the Jefferson Avenue United Methodist Church, VFW 927, and American Legion Edward Scott Linton Post 175. Croup enjoyed roller hockey, dartball, and pole days. Croup also enjoyed reading, hunting, fishing, and landscaping. Croup lost his life on July 23, 2012. Thank you, Sergeant Russell L. Croup, and number 27, Troy Volpatti. Playing in honor of Staff Sergeant Patrick Kutchbach of the United States Army will be number 7, Jack Kirchner. Patrick was from Kennedy Township and was a 2000 graduate of Montour High School. Patrick enlisted in the Army in October of 2013. As a Special Forces candidate, in 2004 he earned the coveted Green Beret. Staff Sergeant Patrick Kutchbach was killed in action on November 10, 2007, while conducting combat operations in the southern end of Tagab. Thank you, Staff Sergeant Patrick Kutchbach, and number 7, Jack Kirchner. Playing in honor of Sergeant Russell J. Kurtz of the United States Army will be number 10, Max Blank. Kurtz was a 2003 graduate of Bethel Park High School. The young sergeant had no enemies until he went to war. He left behind a hometown full of friends and admirers. Kurtz loved his friends, family, and the Lord. Kurtz died February 11th in 2007 while serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom in Fallujah, Iraq, with the U.S. Army Airborne 25th Infantry Division, number 3509th Battalion out of Fort Richardson. Thank you, Sergeant Russell J. Kurtz, and number 10, Max Blank. Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more round of applause for our Gold Star families? Lastly, tonight's events would not be possible if we did not take time to say thank you. Thank you to the following contributors in making this event a success. West Allegheny High School, West Allegheny Athletics and Administration, Bethel Park High School, Bethel Park Athletics and Administration, Abernathy Physical Therapy, American Legion and Legion Riders 760 of Bethel Park, American Legion Riders Post 580 Monaco, American Legion Riders Post 952 Hookstone, American Legion Riders and all other posts that are here tonight, Legacies Alive, Patriot Guard Riders, VVA Chapter 862, our volunteer veterans who are filling in tonight for our fallen heroes who do not have family here with us tonight, Sport Factory, WBDP Radio, Bethel Park Police Department, Bethel Park Fire Department, Rhino Productions, MJS's Steel City Saloons for providing the dinner for our Gold Star families, and most of all, our coaches and our players.
I was there in the winter of '64 when we camped in the ice at Nashville's door. 300 miles our trail had led. We barely had time to bury our dead. When the Yankees charged and the colors fled, Overton Hill was a living hell. When we called retreat, it was almost dark. I died with a grape shot in my heart. Say a prayer for peace, for every fallen son. Set my spirit free. Let me lay down my gun. Sweet Mother Mary, I'm so tired, but I can't come home till the last shot's fired. In June of 19...
In honor of the United States of America, would you please rise for the presentation of our National Color Guard and remain standing for the national anthem. Our national flag, accompanied by the Marine Corps color, is presented today by members of the West Allegheny High School United States Marine Corps Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. Carrying the colors are the cadets, First Lieutenant Allison Gass and Cadet Sergeant Emma Fink. The rifle bearers are Cadets Gunnery Sergeant Mario Winkle and Gunnery Sergeant Courtney Gordon. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.